Subscribe to Cooking and Travel by Dr. Papure Borua and press on the bell icon for all notifications.
Good morning everybody, and it is a beautiful morning in winter because winter is approaching and so is our vegetable garden, and it's such a lovely feeling to be in your own organic vegetable garden. And here today I'm going to show you my spinach. And whenever we talk about Assamese people coming across spinach, or what we call paleng hak, we always remember the tengar anja that we make with mas or fish. So today I'm going to prepare for you fish tangy curry made with spinach leaves. So let me just take a few out. So I have to take care that I don't really get everything out because they're newly coming up and I want the entire thing beautifully up. So here just a few I will need for my curry. I just take that, and we will begin today our recipe, tangy spinach fish curry. Coriander leaves are also coming up well, and after some time I will be using them in my curry as well, because when we talk about tangy curries, coriander is a must. So let's begin cooking. So this is the fish that I'm going to make the curry with. This is known as pabho mas in Assamese, pabda in Bengali, and butter catfish in English. So I'm going to make this curry with this special type of fish, and it's really delicious when you make it, and it's a common Assamese cuisine. So today I'm going to show before you the entire process of making it. For that, what I have done is that I have taken a small potato and slit it apart very thin, because this has to cook with the green leafy vegetable, that is the spinach. This is the amount of spinach that I'll need, fresh from the garden. Can you look at it? So beautiful it looks with the beautiful green color, organic spinach from the rooftop. I'll also need a lemon and just a few grains of fenugreek. This is all the masala that will be there. In Assamese cuisine, it's a typical peculiarity of Assamese cuisine. We do not use many masalas, and we just need some salt and some turmeric, and entire cooking will be done in mustard oil. So let's start cooking. Now these fishes are very big to go into my karai. I'm going to cut them into small pieces there for convenience. So I just cut it, and then I have put here some turmeric and some salt. But this type of fish might really spark off into your mouth. So what I do is that I normally add some mustard oil on top, and just will smear it with the mustard oil so that it doesn't really burst into the face. Meanwhile, I've heated a pan, and this is a cast iron karai, and we normally prefer using that when you cook Assamese cuisine. And I've heated around 3 big tablespoons of mustard oil. I'm letting it smoke. Without smoking, the mustard oil really gives off a bad scent. Now I'm just going to throw in the piece of fish. I'm going to fry the piece of fish like this, cover and cook to be on the safe side. And one more thing, I'm just going to fry it, but not too much, because I'm going to put it in the curry. This is the amount of spinach that I'm using, and I've shredded it very thin. Normally when we use green leafy vegetables in our curries, in Assamese cuisine, we really shred it very thin. Fishes are done, just lightly fried. And I'm going to remove the extra amount of oil from here, because when we are cooking, we need very less oil in the tengar jhul or sour curry. So here it's already cooking up. I'm just going to put in the grains of fenugreek, and first of all fry the potatoes a bit. So after frying for just a minute or so, I'm just taking it out, and then we are going to actually going for the spinach leaves. So whenever we talk about, I always talk about Assamese cuisine as something where we use very less amount of oil. Just some grains of fenugreek there, and we normally put the haldi or the turmeric into the oil only, just to avoid the raw feeling there, and it goes in. The next thing, that is the spinach leaf. Just give it a nice mix there and fry it for some time. It will come and reduce completely. Meanwhile, just boil up almost a liter of water. Completely boiled water. Put in the potato. And just a little bit of salt. Be careful, there was salt when I cooked the piece of fish. The same oil I'm using. So just a little bit of salt I'm putting in. And the next thing I need to do is that, just let it cook for some time. It will not take much time at all. So just reduce it and cover and cook. So after around 2-3 minutes, I've covered and cooked. I'm just putting some hot boiling water. Just half a cup might be. And again I'll cover and cook for some time. So that the entire thing is cooked properly. So I'm covering and cooking on medium heat for almost 2-3 minutes. So this is completely dried out now. I'll put the water. The amount of water is a huge amount in a way I'm giving in, because I want the flavors of spinach, the fishes, everything to come together. I'll now drop in the pieces of fish there, and then I'm not putting any amount of salt now. I'll just let it boil for almost 12 to 13 minutes covered. Now this has been cooking on for almost 13-14 minutes. See the really burst of flavors here in the pan there. Look at that. Now all I need to do is that before even adding the salt, I'm adding in just the juice of the lemon directly into the pan. You immediately see the magic. Look at that, the color has changed. That's what happens when you do this. In your pan there, and then taste in for the tanginess. You can decide on the amount of tanginess you really want in your dish there. So let me taste it first. So let me taste for the tanginess and the salt, which I haven't added in a way. No, I need still some more tanginess here. So some more goes in, and then you can decide, as I said, so be careful with that. And then you know what, you really need to be very careful about not adding any of the seeds there, otherwise it's going to be really bitter. So, and now adding the amount of salt that you need. I hadn't added any salt till now because I always keep it to the end so that I get the perfect salt in my dish. Now just around 2 or 3 minutes of boiling so that the tanginess, the sourness and the salt merges and creates a perfect balance. Now remove the scum that is formed for that perfect taste there. So this way, once this is done, you are done with the recipe. And all I need to do is that serve it out in a dish and enjoy with steamed rice. I hope you like this Asmi's recipe of mine. Do give it a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, for some more delicious recipes every day. Thank you so much for watching.